So this video is gonna come out right before I start DZBT15, and that's because Japan has been in this really long format of DZBT14/Icon/Legendary Duelist for like the last 2 months, since like mid-April all the way till, if I'm not mistaken, June the 14th. And because of that, I'm taking the opportunity to release this video late because I want to talk about this deck in its entirety and my experiences and everything. I've played Cardfight Vanguard, the Japanese format, competitively in not only 4 different countries but 4 different regionals throughout these 2.5 months, and I lost all of them. But I'm going to share with you my experiences and why you guys need to understand this deck for Yakuza, especially for the English players. This video is meant for English players because you guys are going to get this collab very soon. But for the Japanese format, we are approaching a possible ban list and of course Star Vader, Chaos Breaker Dragon. And you guys are Miltai, so I don't need to teach you how to play this deck. Let Miltai earn his prize pool. So today, I've brought in a Yakuza mega fan, Mr. Mcrafter 3000.
Yeah.
And today, he's going to show us why he played through Yakuza 1 to 7 for the last 8 years of his life. Took about 30 flights to Tokyo. And why I suspect this deck may get hit on the ban list. And you know what? Even if it doesn't, it's fine. But I want you guys to understand how this deck works, at least at release, how to play it, how to beat it, and of course, possible ways to build a deck when it does get hit by the ban list. I'm using the word when because it's of my full belief that this deck will get hit by the ban list. So let's get right into that. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Mr. here. Today we are back to talk about Yakuza, or Like a Dragon, or Ryu ga Gotoku in Cardfight Vanguard. Specifically, this deck is from DZBT14, but in the English format, you're probably going to get it a bit later.
16.
Set
16.
Set 16? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So,
you can get it together with what's his name? The Stark guy, what's his name? The one from Skyride.
Tokomaru?
Yeah, Tokomaru, yeah.
Tokomaru.
Same.
Yeah, but Tokomaru be dead because we're gonna lock his Hayabusa Maru and what? I can't lock Hayabusa Maru? Oh well. Okay, so anyways, to get a skim on that, I'm gonna talk about Yakuza. We're gonna go through the whole collab, at least in the competitive sense, and we're gonna tell you everything you need to know. So first and foremost, what is Yakuza, right? I'm pretty sure everyone's wondering what the hell is this. Everyone hates collabs. Everyone goes on Twitter, right? Vanguard's being taken over by Sonic the Hedgehog and Ultraman Turbo. Okay, let me tell you what it actually is. So Yakuza, at least in the Vanguard sense, is based on the first 3 games?
3 games.
3 games.
Yeah.
So
Remake
it's Yakuza
3
1, 2, and 3.
Yes.
Well, I just said 3 games. So competitively, the deck you guys all know is Yakuza 3.
Yes.
But of course, there is 1 and 2 that also exist. 1 is not viable.
It's just C-build.
It's just C-build. And like, if you want to play C-build, go play U-Book Phantom.
Yeah.
There's Yakuza 2, which is a pretty good deck in my opinion, but it's just alright.
Yeah.
We can cover Yakuza 2 in another video or even members list in the future. But today, the big bad one that Miltai wants to drill into your brains at night is Yakuza 3, the be-all and end-all of Ultimate VGCS. Now, Yakuza 3 is based on Yakuza 3. And we are going to explain to you the whole deck's entirety as well as the basics of the Yakuza collab a lot. So, first and foremost, let's get into the basic premise of the Yakuza collab.
Yes.
So, all of them start
with Dragon of Dojima.
The Dragon of Dojima.
Kiryu Kazuma.
Yeah. So, how this basically works for the whole collab is that every right line for him plays the same way. It starts with this 1-0 and then X number of whatever the hell you want in the right deck, either 1, 2, and 3.
Depending on which deck you're...
Depending on which game you are playing, it changes, right? So the idea is that every turn, you don't need to discard to right.
So it's exactly like Sephiroth Seed.
So it's just like the Dragon Tree, you just move 1 card in from your hand to the soul.
And then you get the generator. And then, once you get the grade 1, once you put the grade 1 of your choice, then you get the energy generator, and if you went second, you charge 3.
Yeah.
So you don't draw for going second, but you also didn't need to discard.
And the thing is that you can do that 3 times.
Yes.
Right? Because
every single.
Right. And then the second you put the 3 into the soul, Kiryu Kazuma decides to evolve in Pokemon. And you can write the actual Kiryu Kazuma
for either your hand or your deck, and if you write from hand, you draw 1.
Yep. Yes. So it's even better than Sephiroth Seed. Okay, and that
Sephiroth Seed also lets you draw as well.
And that is to reach Kiryu Kazuma. Just Kiryu Kazuma. He's no longer the Dragon of Dojima. Now he's just Kiryu Kazuma.
I mean, he always is the Dragon.
He's just like a man.
Yes.
He's just like a man.
Yeah.
So
never mind. No, you don't draw for. It's worse than Sephiroth. you don't draw if you
don't draw. I mean, just same with Persona, right?
I guess. Yeah.
Right. So he has 3 effects, relatively simple effects, and you may be deceived into thinking, wow, this is actually a pretty bad deck. But no, he's not the real problem here. First and foremost, the continuous skill is during your turn for each one of your unique Yakuza cards in your soul or in bind, this unit gets 1000 power.
Yeah.
So it's not like Amon where you just soul charge 50, like, you know, and you just win the game. But it does scale a little bit, so it's like 21k ish.
Yeah.
Around there.
It's like it's actually like more similar to Youthbirth Phantom than it is to Amon. Yeah.
We should also mention, keep in mind, all the Yakuza collabs are of Dragon Empire, so you can actually just sprinkle in your little drunk Veders in there. Yeah. The second skill is very simple. During your turn, you can move one of your rear guards or one card from your hand into a soul. Look at the top 7 cards from among them, choose a Yakuza, a non-sentinel Yakuza from among them, and then reveal it, put your hand shuffle. So it's a net 0 cycle.
Yes. But more importantly, it puts a card from hand.
You put your card from hand to soul, which is very important.
Yes.
And that is because a lot of the Yakuza gameplay, they focus on binding stuff.
Specifically, this deck, typically Yakuza 3 specifies a lot of cards.
They bind cards from the soul.
From your hand to your soul. And then they have effects inside the soul.
Yeah. So they're a lot like Favnil from DZBT15. But unlike Favnil, this is an actual world-ending deck. So just bear that in mind. Last but not least, the third skill is, just like Favnil, at the end of battle, these Vanguard attacks, counter blast 1, stand this unit, gets drive -1. It's just like Favnil.
It's just Skycon. It's just Skycon. But yes, it is like Favnil, yes.
But the difference is, one is viable, one is not. So all of the Yakuza collabs play with this exact same start and end point, right? Yes. So because, I mean, if you know anything about Yakuza, this is the main character, Kiryu Kazuma, right? Unless you believe in a certain someone else, okay, I'm just laughing as a Yakuza fan. Enough. I was told to say the words lap saho for my next video from that Make-A-Wish kit. I have no idea what lap saho means. Is it like a Malaysian slang? I have no clue. Okay, anyways, so this is the basics of the Yakuza deck. But now let's actually get into the nitty-gritty and what you're here for, which is specifically Yakuza 3.
Yes.
But we'll do that in just a bit. Let's just go through the rest of the basics for the Yakuza collab. Because we still can, right? So Yakuza as a whole, obviously you are still playing Dragon Empire. So besides your right deck being your Dragon of Dojima, you still play 4 heal. Here you can see he's praying before he, you know,
he's eating Gyudon.
He's gonna eat his Gyudon. Here's his crit where it's his Tiger style.
No, this is Rush style.
Rush style. Tiger style is the other one, right?
No, the Tiger style is in a different game.
Oh, then here's the crit.
Beast style.
Beast style.
Yeah.
And then this is his kill yourself
This
style.
is Dragon style, which very fittingly they turn it into Travella. So it's an overtrigger. It's an overtrigger reprint that has Kiryu on the art instead of.
You can play all of these in Dragon Empire.
So all of these you can play this in any other Dragon
So you can play this in Dragonic Vanquisher.
Yes, you indeed can play.
And then 3 funds.
Yeah. So you play Parama.
Just play Parama because you know this deck is really super oppressive. Just have more shield.
And also because you usually swing with your Vanguard first also. So you are you can just easily just start farming the front trigger power for maximum efficiency. Yeah.
And yeah, these are all the basics you play in all the Yakuza decks I shared. So here's your PG as well.
You can place you should place any Zenitude but like
This is Kiryu doing the.
This is his Tiger Drop.
This Tiger Drop, yeah. This is the famous one.
His ultimate defense skill. He can reflect wall hits using this effect. Yeah. proven in the game that you can deflect a missile using this.
Yeah, he's gonna have to deflect Kidani's criticisms. Yeah. Then we have the Ace unit.
Yeah. So this is his name is also called Amon, but he's not Demon World Marquess Amon. He's just Amon. So like Amon is like the super boss that you fight at the end of every game after you 100% the game, and he is the Ace unit, the Dragon Empire Ace unit, exactly the same Ace unit.
He's word for word the same as Midgard.
Yes.
He's word for word the same. The only difference is that he's not Dragon Empire. Yeah. He's real Gotoku.
Yeah. So he's the exact same skill as the Ace unit, but he can only be played in a Yakuza deck.
So you can't play this in Shoujo Doji.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah, you can't do that. And then of course, for the rest of the deck, we play 4 copies of Kiryu Kazuma. This is there's no copy in the right deck because as
you
we said,
write
you
from
write
the
him from the main deck,
Yes.
so you have to play 4 of him.
Yes.
But don't worry about losing a persona. This deck is very notorious for saving its persona. Then we play 1 copy of our ball. This is our Regalis piece.
Because transfer helps you to get some of the cards that are stuck in the soul. So let's say like you didn't have the optimal target to put into the soul, and then you want to get it out of the soul. Or there's a card that we're going to show later. Actually, we're going to show it right after this. That he puts himself into the soul, but you want him in the drop zone. So you want to play a Regalis piece that has Soul Blast so that you can get it out. And then transfer now is, and also like it just helps because it's an anti-over trigger card. So you lose less to variance as well with this deck. And this deck can tank out anything that's not OT very, very nicely. So transfer is quite good. But if you're very scared of being CB denied, then just play Caliban. Like genuinely, like this deck can go either way. You can play Caliban, you can play Twin Cast, you can play transfer, you can play Unite the Sky if you want to, but like yeah.
Our last super generic for Yakuza is another Yakuza, of course. It is
Gojo
Majima.
Goro
Majima. This guy is.
Bro, you not just call it Gojo Majima.
I'm so sorry. Goro Majima. My tongue is. You should cut off my tongue. Goro Majima. This is the last super generic for Yakuza. So everything else we're gonna show you afterwards is specific to the other game, correct? Which is each game that you build.
Mostly, yeah.
Mostly. So everything from after this guy.
There's one more.
There's one more?
There's one more. No, this guy. Shinji.
Kanda.
No, Shinji.
Shinji. Okay.
Yeah, Shinji.
Okay, so we have 2 more generics. Okay. But anyways, this one's the funny one. This is the one that you always see dancing on.
Yeah.
You know,
So Goro Majima is Amesa's favorite archetype. Is a Vipatsuka the Overflyer. So he stays on the Rega Circle so long as you have a Ryu Gagotoku or Yakuza Vanguard. He can't blast 1 draw 1.
Wait. I brought Vivatsuka today. I packed him on my flight here. Wait. I gotta represent him. Let's go! Let's go! I will never stop referencing this card. I will never stop referencing this card.
Continuous effect is that on Rega Circle, if you have a grade 3 or greater like a Dragon Vanguard, then he gets, or Yakuza Vanguard, then he gets +5. And if, let me just triple check, freaking body again. Okay, then he says, in the center back row Rega Circle, when your Kiryu attacks, because yes, this is a grade 2, you may rest this, in center back row, you may rest this unit to choose the Kiryu and give it it gains all of Majima. The Kiryu gains all of Majima's power for 1 battle, and then at the end of that battle, if you did give Kiryu the power up, you must put you may put Majima into the soul to choose 1 like a dragon from your drop and put into the soul. So this is what we meant by transfer helping you get Majima out of the soul, because he puts himself into the soul for a very positive effect, which is to reloop 1 of your like a dragon from your drop into the soul. So he does help with some resource management as well as like just setting up for the next turn, because there's some effects that require you to have certain cards in the soul for your offensive, as well as, you know, just as well as there are also certain very, very strong cards that you can put into the soul as well for this effect. Yes.
So yeah, we will edit in the gameplay later on so that you can actually watch it as we explain it. So don't worry about that too much. Yeah. We've got quite a lot to edit in actually. This video will take a very long time to edit. And then here we go.
Yeah, we have Tanaka Shinji.
This is your last generic, right?
Shinji, his first skill is that when he sees Kiryu or the guy from the Yakuza 1 deck, which is Nishikiyama, stand in front of him, he also stands. So he's a Frog Raider for both the Vanguard as well as Nishiki. But in Yakuza 1 obviously is very important, but Yakuza, all the other decks, he just acts as a Frog Raider for the Vanguard, which is obviously very good if you don't have Majima. And his second skill is very similar to a lot of cards that we've seen from previous collabs, like My Go, which is when your Kiryu is attacked, you may put him into the bind zone to make him a 10k shield to give your Vanguard 10k for 1 battle, and this activates on both hand and rearguard circle. So you can call him as an offensive booster, and then flip him off for 10k shield. Yeah. And then he goes to the bind zone, which counts for Kiryu's +1k as well.
So for those of you who are wondering, isn't this the same as Malgrigas from Fafnir? Yeah. Yes.
No, but he's not hard once per turn.
Yeah, dude, I told you, one deck is relevant, one is not. What do you not understand? Maybe I should just Tiger Drop you. Alright, now, that is everything you need to know about the basics of Yakuza, right? So every card you see laid out here, this is gonna be seen in every Yakuza deck. So, once you know this pool of cards, you can basically learn the entire nation from here on out. But today, that's not what we're here for. Today, we're gonna teach you how to be Miltai himself. So, we're gonna show you the specific winning deck, which is Yakuza 3. What is your favorite moment from Yakuza 3?
Majima drove a bus into like a bunch of like he went to like the Diet building in Tokyo, and then he drove like a bus through a bunch of like gangsters. Yeah, the game story is very bad.
I'm gonna see if I have the time to crop a GIF of that exact moment. I'll put the headline as how I feel when I post on
because
Twitter.
you don't want to know my other favorite moment from that game, because you might get your channel will get demonetized.
Oh,
so let's not talk about
it's the rape scene, isn't it?
No.
Okay. All right. Good to know. Okay, so let's go into the actual right deck for Yakuza 3.
Yes.
So for Yakuza 3, it follows the storyline of this girl who is the daughter that Kiryu adopts. So yeah, I got it right?
Yeah,
I get it right.
Yes, yeah.
So of course we still start with him, the Dragon of Dojima, as he just stares at you like
Yeah.
like, oh my god, do you really just say you're playing Deep Lens? That's so cringe. So the first card move in the soul is
Morning Glory Morning Glory Orphanage. So Sunflower Morning Glory Orphanage is the orphanage that Kiryu sets up in Yakuza 3. And he has like this is all the kids that are just having their curry for their dinner, very happy days and everything. And what it says is that when this card is put into where did it? Oh.
what do you do?
Okay. So when this card is put in the soul, you reveal the Samura Haruka, which is the grade 3 from your right deck, and you reveal it. Then you choose one Kashiwagi from your deck and put it into your hand. Not put your hand. Put in the soul. Yes. So you just set up Kashiwagi into the soul.
Who the hell is this?
Just for putting the grade 1 in. So Kashiwagi is like Kiryu's mentor for the first 3 games. And only the first 3 games, because I don't want to spoil, but he's only in the first 3 games.
Oh, okay.
So Kashiwagi goes into the soul, and he says that he has 2 effects. So this blanket first continuous is something that a lot of the Yakuza cards will share, which is basically a heart once per game for their ability, because because they're all human, they only supposed to have 1 life, so that's why like they only get to do their skill 1 time per game. Basically, that's what the flavor is. I think it's a good flavor. But
and I like the flavor that they all enter the soul of like Kiryu, so it's as if like he encountered them and like he remembers their memory.
Yeah.
But of course we can't say that about one specific piece of shit where like
Yeah. I mean that one's a special case.
It's a special.
So Kashiwagi, his skill is that if there is no copy of him if there's no copy of him with the same name in your drop zone, your soul, or your bind zone other than this copy, then he has all of his abilities. Otherwise, he's a complete vanilla.
Oh.
So his first skill is that continuous rearguard circle, soul, or bind zone. All of your Daigo Dojima, which is a card specific to Yakuza 3.
Yes.
So basically, like Daigo Dojima is like the big. That's me. Replacing him with the actual competent person. Okay. So oh my god, that's fucking mini again.
What are you doing?
Oh, Daigo's at the front. I was like thinking, where is Daigo? Like genuinely, where is Daigo? Oh, there he is. Oh god, there he is.
Daigo Dojima.
Yeah, so useless. I can't fucking find him in the freaking ball. So he turns all your Daigo Dojima into 15k base. So basically, just qualify 5k. Welcome back, Ermo.
Whoa!
Yeah. Then his
Wait, isn't that like Aegis Vow Dragon from Far?
Then his second skill is that auto in the soul. You may bind. Is that when your Kiryu is attacked, you may bind him to give Kiryu 10k for that turn. No, 10k for the battle. Yeah.
Oh, so
it's just another 10k shield. So it's an additional copy of Shinji that you get for the right line.
Oh my.
And then he turns all your Daigo into 15k base, so long as he's in the bind zone. Yeah. Yeah, so it's pretty good. I mean, it's flavorful because it's Kiryu's like mentor, like older brother type.
That's nice.
Like that, yeah. So that's Kashiwagi, and then we'll go into Daigo very soon because we have Yayoi Dojima, which is Daigo's mom.
Oh my god,
so Yayoi is shared between both Yakuza 2 and Yakuza 3 because she's appears. Actually, no, it doesn't even appear in Yakuza 3, but never mind. I don't know why they picked her for the Great Tour Line, but essentially what she does, she has 2 effects, which is that it's the same ability as is that she also this is the exact same ability. Let me just check it. Yeah, so essentially they all have the same the hard once per game restriction that you cannot have another copy of her, and then otherwise she doesn't have any effect. When she needs you to have a Kiryu Kazuma Vanguard in specifically, so you cannot do this effect on the Dragon or Dojima Kiryu Kazuma. You must do it on the
grade 3
just
guy.
the regular Kiryu Kazuma. Yeah. Then, so her skill is that you bind her from your soul, and then you choose a card from your hand and put it into the soul to search your deck for one Daigo and just call your deck and call it to Rearguard Circle.
Also, the mom called out the son.
Yeah.
Cool.
So basically, you just get one Daigo for free on your very first Great return. It helps you search him out as well. So we'll go through Daigo later on, but he's a very important piece to have. I mean, he's a useless character in the actual game. But,
okay.
Yeah. So, but Yayoi basically just helps you thin out for Daigo, and he's good for setting up board, and you need Daigo for the rest of the game as well. So yeah, so it's very 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 important. And then finally we have Orphanage Elder Sister Sawamura Haruka, which is the one that you always see on the pie chart because she's the one she's the grade 3 in the red line, so that's the one that everyone will put in the pie chart.
So she's the adopted daughter of Mr. Kiryu Kazuma.
Yes.
Her skill is really simple.
Yep.
It is that,
if you have Kiryu grade 3 or greater Kiryu Kazuma as your Vanguard, so this is the in-soul effect is that if you have grade 3 or greater Kiryu Kazuma on your Vanguard circle, you may put this card which originated in the right deck back to the right deck to search and then you put a card from your hand into the soul to search your deck for one Kiryu Kazuma from your deck.
The persona.
It just searches persona right. It literally just searches persona right for the right line. So you basically just automatically set up for your turn 4 play and stuff. Yeah.
I told you this deck is stupid. You just
so essentially the right line forces you to -2 in a sense in order to get one rear guard and then one persona right to your hand.
Damn.
Yeah, but as we'll explain later on, it's not actually a minus. In the end, actually, it is a net plus to actually put cards in your hand.
Yes.
From your hand to your soul. Yeah.
Yes. So this is the right deck. So this is what the right deck looks like. Okay?
So it basically just sets up one 10k shoe, one rear guard, and one persona right.
1 for 1 for everything.
Yeah.
Woo! This deck is so good. So good. Okay.
Yes.
So let's move on for the rest of the main deck list before everyone tunes off. Because we still have a lot of gameplay to edit in, especially for the earlier parts. So, we want to talk about them?
No, this Kashiwagi doesn't really need to be talked about already because they really explained. Basically, he's just
So you pay
10k shoe and then he can replace him. Then he can just make his Daigo.
Then you play 2 of the Daigo
Dojima. So Daigo Dojima is his skill is only really active when you have a grade 3 or you need a grade 3 or greater Kiryu to get all his effects when he is. So his first skill is that if this turn you have placed a grade 3 or greater Kiryu Kazuma on your Vanguard circle, so basically is whether you ride him on your first grade 3 turn or you persona ride, you can energy blast 3 to call him from the drop. So it's a combat rusher for this deck.
God.
And because you get one for free from the right deck, you can just intercept with it. Next turn you persona ride using the copy that you search from the deck, and then you can automatically EB3 to call him back from the drop.
That's kind of insane.
So for that one copy, basically you get 2 turns of the same rear guard. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. And then his third skill is that.
Okay.
Yeah, his second skill is that when he's placed on rear guard circle from anywhere, so that's why he doesn't have any restriction because he's called once combat rusher.
Right.
You color blast 1, you search your deck for one Dojo Clan rear guard and call it to the rear guard circle, which is essentially most of the good rear guards in this deck. So these two guys, which we'll explain later, are your main playmakers, and they also count as Dojo Clan because the entire identity of Yakuza 3 is doing about the Dojo Clan. So that's why all the gangsters are all now assembling. Yeah.
Including the one I think you're looking for, right?
Majima and Shinji. So they're all Dojo Clan. So literally all of your good rear guards you can basically he color blast 1 to grid shade any of your rear guards back or column bar any cause I don't know which like guy you want to be talking about today.
Do they call it the rear guard circle?
Yes.
Then it's column bar.
Okay, column bar.
You're really sitting here going, actually, I think it's green shade. Okay, alright,
buddy. Okay.
Alright. Anything else? You want to talk about these two now?
Then we'll talk about the main two guys. So first we have Kanda. Let's talk about Kanda first. So
Kanda's the irritating one.
So Kanda is
the one that they cosplay him at Ultimate.
Yeah, so Kanda is the reason why this deck is so freaking broken because it's a 0 counter blast, 0 resource reliant 5th attack for this deck because the Vanguard is already a withstanding Vanguard. So
I mean it's just overlord.
So automatically it's 4 attacks already. Then Kanda is the 5th attack from the back row because he says that so long as you have Yoshitake Mine in the same rearguard circle as him, he can attack from the back row and he gains 5k. And if this guy is so he needs to be in the left back row rearguard circle, so he can only be on the left back row rearguard circle, and Mine has to be right in front of him in the left front row rearguard circle. So that's the gimmick of Yakuza, is that most of the unique skills only activate in this column specifically, which is the left side column.
Interestingly specific.
So Kanda attacks and he gains 5k on his own, so he's 15k normally, but Mine turns him into a 15k base. So long as Mine is on the field, he is a 15k base and he gains 5k no matter what. So he's a 20k attack to your opponent's Vanguard. And you can do all this going first, by the way. So you can swing 20k to your opponent's Vanguard going first on the back row. And if you persona right, he gets plus 15k instead of plus 5k. So he goes from a 15k from a 20k attack to a 30k attack in the back row. It's long as you persona. Because essentially they are basically giving him the persona right power from the back row. So it's like okay. So that's Kanda. And then Kanda also has a safety net effect, is that if this guy, if he is in the soul, so long as you have a Kiryu Kazuma Vanguard, you can soul blast a card that is not him and call him out.
For free?
No, I mean you have to pay a soul blast.
No, who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah. So just like transfer, right? When you're using transfer to blast out a certain card. This is for the exact same purpose, which is why Yakuza.
No, I know. It's that you don't want to soul blast him out.
No, not him. You want something else.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So like the idea is that they build bots relatively easy once X number of names are out.
Because Kiryu puts
a card,
the X skill from either Rearguard Circle or hand. So if he stayed alive on the field, because yes he does. I forgot to mention. He also has intercept in the back row as well.
See?
Yeah, so not only can easy a back row attack, he also can intercept. And if Kiryu, because he can put either a rear guard or a card from hand, you can just put the Kanda into the soul to do the top 7 and then +1, and then soul blast a card from your soul to call the Kanda out again. So essentially you did the X skill for basically 0 cost.
Yep. So now I will take over and talk about the famous section that all of you have been wondering about. When they ban hostage in Cardfight Vanguard, when they ban everything else.
I mean, you haven't talked about Mine yet.
Oh, you're talking about Mine first?
So Mine,
alright, talk about Mine first.
The Mine is a compliment to Kanda, and also he's the main reason why this deck is fucking stupid.
Not this?
No, it's actually Mine. So Mine, is his first skill is that
how many of him?
So long as you have a Kiryu Vanguard, so he doesn't need you to have the Great 3. He's the one of the only cards that actually is live
on turn 2.
So he says you either Energy Blast 3 or put a card from your hand to the soul. Welcome back, Hari.
Oh Gandhi.
Draw 1. So
yeah, it's really just
not
Hari.
Only is it
it's
EB, it's actually just the new Hari card, or it's just or Gandhi, but instead of CB it's EB3. And not only that, you actually want to put cards in the soul in this deck. So it's like,
yeah, you do.
So this card is the #1 enabler of the amount of bullshit this deck can do. I mean, it makes sense lah. Mine is like one of the most popular characters in this series. But his voice actor like famously has like only done like 10 interviews in the series for the last like 20 years because they got like a super popular like TV actor to do his VA. So it's like he's one of the most popular characters. His VA is popular and he's freaking broken in Cardfight Vanguard. So like.
Welcome back, Mephisto.
And he's so broken because of his third line attack. So I already mentioned the continuous skill is that he basically turns the Kanda into a 15k back row attacker that also has intercept base. But his third skill is that left front row Rearguard Circle. When your Kiryu Kazuma attacks, Kiryu Kazuma stands. So actually almost all the front row Rearguard Circle, they all have the same clause, is that they wait for Kiryu to stand, then they do the effect. Then you may give this unit all of Kanda's original power. So Kanda's original power is 15. So you basically just give him a free plus 15 for doing nothing, so long as your Vanguard stands. And then if you do not have a Kanda in your bind zone yet, he can bind the Kanda from behind him into the bind go into the bind zone, and he gives your Vanguard +1 drive. And that skill is locked to your opponent being grade 3 or greater. So if you go your personal turn, you give. So because Kiryu is twin drive to single drive, now he is twin drive into twin drive.
That's scary.
For one turn. So it's a divine skill, but it does it in I mean, it's very impactful because you can do this as a go second catch up mechanic, or you can do this going first to basically just kill your opponent completely.
Yep, sounds about right.
Yeah. So not only is Mine a 25k base attacker, 35k base on persona, which this deck already searches out the persona. And then not only does he enable a back row attack with intercept, but he also gives your Vanguard +1 drive. Welcome back, Gorisha.
Okay, So now we are done with the offensive part of the deck. It's time to talk about the defensive part of the deck, and the part where all of you already famously know. And after that, we'll move on to some spicier things that we have in store for you. So I think all of you already know who this guy is, thanks to Mr. Miltai. This is Yuya. Like, his name is just Yuya.
Yes.
Yuya. That's his name. That's his whole name. Everyone else with some long ass title or like a really complex name, like for Japanese speakers at least. It's just Yuya.
Yes.
Yuya from Yu-Gi-Oh! Angvi. I'm just kidding. Okay, Yuya's skill is very simple. In the soul, if you have a Kiryu Kazuma Vanguard, the grade 3, thankfully, right? You can trigger his effect, and that is you can put him to the Guardian Circle, and he gets 5,000 shield. Correct? Am I reading that right?
10,000. You get 10,000.
Yeah, he gets 5,000
5,000
shield.
shield.
10,000
So it becomes 10,000
If
shield. Yes.
you have this guy in the
Kazuki.
soul, if you have Kazuki in the soul, it is now a 15k shield.
Yes.
Because he gets another 5,000 shield. That is a 15k shield in the soul.
Yeah.
4 times.
But then, more than that because
Well,
you remember.
we're gonna show you how to loop it,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
But that's 4 cards. It's 4 times, right? At minimum,
Yes.
and it can be looped for free. There is no cost on him at all. 0. Why, I don't know. Right, and this is when they just took away every other defensive option in this freaking game. Now you just get this. But what does he do? What does Mr. Kazuki do?
So
The two of them look very dapper, right? They look pretty funny, pretty cool, pretty papega if you say so yourself. And that's because they run a nightclub, right?
Yeah,
Did I get it right?
they run a nightclub. Yeah.
They run a nightclub. So they're not really part of like the gang. They're not gangsters. They don't really fight people. But they're just gonna intimidate you and guard for Senike Shield a turn.
Yes.
Yes. But what does he do actually?
Yeah. So Kazuki he also has the same restriction that most of your like a dragon units have, which is that they cannot have the same copy in the Dragon Circle, Drop Zone, Soul or Mind Zone.
But you play more than one for this
Because it's very important. Because he enables
whole deck.
Yuya's 15k shield, so you must see Kazuki at least one time in the game. So that's why you even bother playing 2, even though you can only play 1. The other copy you can just throw him away for PG cost.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
So when he's put into the soul, for hand to soul for any ability, you draw 1.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Net 0!
So you can do it for Mine. So if you do this for Mine, essentially you see it's a free draw 2. Because you put a card from hand to the soul, draw 1, then Kazuki activates to draw 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That sounds
And then you turn all your Yuya into 15k shield.
Yep. And this is all free. You can just keep using it.
Yeah.
So this is the part where we finish the whole deck profile. So this is the whole list for those of you who are wondering. That is indeed actually the whole list. So you combine the basic section in the timestamps, right? You just combine this section alongside what we've just shown you here at this exact ratio, and that is a whole deck of 50. That is the whole list, okay? And then the right line, as we mentioned before, is just this. Okay, so that's basically the whole deck profile is done. So now we are gonna we're gonna edit in the gameplay on how to play this deck offensively and defensively, and that'll be in this section. So we're gonna stop here. But
Okay, so this is they're just gonna show some gameplay of the deck just to give a demonstration about how to actually how a regular turn will go, so that if you ever fight this deck or you ever want to pick up this deck, you know roughly what to do. So this is like a very typical Mulligan because of the amount of cards that we play or that are important pieces. So you will need to know what to Mulligan for. So usually we try to keep one Majima, because Majima is actually very good, you know, as a counterblast tool to use it as just a Vivasuka as well as a setting up for the Yuya as well. So you can keep Majima, and then honestly we don't need anything else, but it really depends what the opponent plays. So let's say the opponent is playing something that's very aggressive like Zorga Phantom, then you do want to keep 1 PG, then we can just send back the rest. So send back the rest.
how the hell is Zorga Phantom important compared
And we're going to and then we'll redraw. Yeah, so now we actually have a lot of our pieces, so we have Kanda already. So we're one third of the puzzle finished already. Then we can shuffle up.
Shuffle up and play with the professor.
You ready? Okay. Stand up.
Vanguard.
Dojima Doryu. Kiryu Kazuma. Alright, so start turn, draw. Oh, okay, this hand's not looking good, but we'll do the effect of Kiryu Kazuma first. I get to choose one card from my right deck, put into the soul. And because it's a grade 1, I get the energy generator. I don't charge any energy because I went first, and then I do Morning Glory's effect. So Morning Glory's effect is that I get to review the Haruka from my right deck. So I show it to my opponent. Then I search my deck for 1 Osamu Kashiwagi, and put it into my soul. So take Mr. Kashiwagi. So you never want to have Kashiwagi in your hand for this because you don't get compensated for putting Kashiwagi from your hand into the soul, and then you put Kashiwagi in. So just like that, you set up a 10k shield for doing absolutely nothing.
So free.
Yes.
Free. And you didn't discard at all for the right.
Yeah.
So like prison players are like really upset to fight you.
Alright, then here I'll pass.
Okay, my turn.
Nothing else.
Draw.
Okay.
Boost and attack your Vanguard for 13.
So since this is a 10k shield, I can actually use my Kashiwagi because it's basically just a 10k shield so long as I have a Kiryu Vanguard. And it doesn't care if it's... It doesn't care if it's a grade 3, it's just my Kiryu's attack. I can just bind it and then I get 10k for the turn, so I become 18. So the attack does not pass.
Okay, I end my turn. The token is yours.
Okay, then now it's not my turn. I'll stand and draw and charge 3 energy, or I should have taken the attack. And it's okay. So now I do not need to discard again. Then I'll just put Yayoi Dojima into the soul. And now I become grade 2, so I gain 4k power. And then I'll call Majima, so counterblast 1, draw 1. And then, yeah, so now as you can see, I've drawn the strongest card already. So that will be the setup for later. And then I just swing at the Vanguard and I'll boost with Majima. So this is 20 to your Vanguard.
Majima's boost?
No, it gives the 10k to Kiryu lah. So essentially it's a boost.
Yeah, you gotta say that.
Guard, intercept, guard, energy blast 3 to draw 1.
Okay, so this is
25,
23,
putting me at
33.
33.
Yeah, so this is no pass.
No,
oh,
OT to
oh,
pass.
OT. Okay, just
Pull
check.
over to your kitty.
Non-trigger. Okay. Then I'll just pass.
Stand draw.
Okay, then I stand draw. And I charge 3 again. So now I don't need to discard once again. I just put Haruka into the soul. Then since now I'm grade 3, then I can ride straight into my Kiryu Vanguard.
The Dragon or Dojima. I mean, this one's not the Dragon Dojima.
So actually you don't need to shuffle them because you're gonna directly search the deck immediately. So now you activate all your stuff. So you activate Yayoi as well as Haruka. So you do no, it's just when you're grade 3. It's just when your Vanguard is grade 3. So you can activate Haruka first. I return her back to the right deck. I'll just put the right deck here. Then I search for my I have to put the cost first, which is I can put a card from my hand to the soul. So I'll put Yuya into the soul. And then I search my deck for my persona right to my hand. Yeah. So I take persona. Then I activate Yayoi Dojima. So Yayoi, so I need to have a grade 3 Kiryu Vanguard. Then she goes to bind zone. I choose a card from my hand, put in the soul. So I put Kanda into the soul. Then I search my deck for Daigo and I call it.
So easy.
Yeah.
Look at him go.
Yeah, so now I actually need to cut because now I no longer going to scan the entire deck. So now my opponent actually has to cut. Yeah. Then so now here's the problem because now I don't have that many fodder in my hand. So now but I still need to do Kiryu's effect. So I will put. Sadly, I will need to put a card from my hand to the soul. So I will put a heal trigger into the soul. Yeah. So as you can see, the rest of my hand is like really not a lot of like really good cards to put in the soul. Then I look at top 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
What is it that joke 6?
Then unfortunately there's really nothing good, so I'll just take this unit. Shuffle.
Remember that time when we played Ansel on the rooftop? We should just do this again.
Yeah, man. Isol's on the rooftop.
So this is not a very good turn, sadly, because we have no mine, but that is okay. It's entirely okay for now. You can just go a bit slower, just do 4 attacks. It's okay. Oh yeah, you can. Okay, then I'll just call Amon and I'll pay 3 energy and then I'll retire. Generally, like the Genome, none of the Genome. I'll just retire Blazer Gas, yeah. And then I'll swing your Vanguard. So Kiryu gains 1k for every single like a dragon in your soul. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it also comes with binds zone. So 5, 6, 7. So he gains plus 7k. So he's 20 to your 10k Vanguard.
No guard.
Okay, first check. Critical trigger. I'll give critical to the Vanguard. I'll give the power to Daigo. Then second check. Kiryu Kazuma.
No trigger. No trigger.
Okay, then I'll play 1 color blast. I'll stand him. He loses 1 drive, and then I'll swing again for 20. Boosted by Majima's 15 because now he gains 5k, so this is 35 to your 10.
That's a crit.
This is going to be an over trigger to pass.
40, 50. Yeah, okay. OT to pass. Okay, dry check. Critical trigger. I will give all
We're not
effects
rigging this, we're not rigging
to
this.
Daigo. So this will be. I'll do the small one first. This is 10k guard to your Vanguard, 15.
No guard, no trigger.
Okay, then this is 35 to your Vanguard, double crit.
PG.
Okay, that's it for this turn.
You didn't heal, right? Or you?
It's a crit, it's a crit.
It's a crit, yeah.
Yeah, both of those.
Start. Right, EV3 top 7.
So now, as you can see, we did kind of sack him, but we needed to. So basically, the entire turn is the first grade 3 turn is just about you doing a lot of pressure, so that in the following turns we can hopefully try to kill him in the following turn once we actually find Mine. But as you can see, this is one of the main follies of Yakuza 3 is that you have no safety net for most of your stuff. So if you cannot find Mine, you really just don't do anything.
So why did you hard mulligan it?
Because you still have a lot of pieces as well to hard mulligan. So that's why you usually just want to keep Majima, because Majima, as you can see, Majima has made it so difficult for my opponent to guard for the first 3 turns of the game. But especially if it's a very defensive deck, you do need to start handing out the pressure quickly, and you can save the 5th attack for when it is more impactful later for your opponent.
Yeah, true.
So it's okay.
Okay, battle phase.
Okay.
23.
Okay. So this is 23. I will choose to guard this attack. I'll guard 15.
25.
And I'll choose to give another 15.
Alchemix. Draw 2. Call from drop.
Is your Vanguard have extra dry check?
No.
Okay, then I'll just take your attack.
Twin drive check.
Crit.
No trigger. Critical trigger. Crit power.
Okay, 2 damage. So let's check Shinji. Then check critical trigger.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, this is going to be 38 to crit to your Vanguard.
Okay, so now I'll use Showcase Yuya. So now Yuya is only a 10k shield. So this is 33. Then I need to throw another 10k, but I do not have another 10k, so I will just throw 15.
Okay, done then.
Alright, stand and draw. Now this is
Keep drawing triggers. This
my persona to draw 1. And then I will try to search for Mine again. So I will sacrifice my critical here. Top 7. 6, 7. Then hopefully can find. Oh, I still can't find. Wow.
Oh my goodness.
I really can't find it at all.
This
So
is a
this is,
demonstration of what happens if
this is,
that whiffs.
yeah, this is very, very sad. But it's
I mean,
okay.
it's just set book gameplay, right? At this
Yeah.
point.
So this is.
You know what they say.
I mean, hopefully I can find it
At the end of the
off the
turn,
dry check. So
the
it's
turn
okay.
ends.
I mean, if you find out the structure, it's free, right?
Yeah.
Should be fine.
Alright. Cut. Then I'll just call both Shinji out, so at least I have 20k shield established on the board. And then I will attack with my Vanguard. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this will be 31, 8, 20, 30, 32, boosted by 15 for 47.
No guard.
Okay, first check, Yuya. Second
Wait.
check, over trigger. So I'll give the 100 million will actually go to Amon, and I'll draw 1, and then I'll stand my Vanguard.
Okay, show us what you drew.
No trigger.
Okay, so I drew another Daigo. Okay, not bad. And then Majima's effect, I will actually use it. So I'll put Yuya into the soul. So this is like the start of the shenanigans that you can just start
The loop.
using Yuya the previous turn, and then you can just put Yuya back. Then I'll swing again for 34. Twin drive.
Oh yeah, you didn't use the Dragon Kazuma effect.
34, 35 for 1. 35 for 2. 2 to pass.
Okay.
Draw 1.
First strike, heal trigger. Since we are both at 4 damage, I do get to heal. So I'll give all effects to my Vanguard. Then second check, Yuya again. Then I'll play 1 counter blast. And I'll stand. So now it's 44, 1 drive to your Vanguard.
44, so it is 35k guard. 10, 15. No guard lah.
Okay, try check. Critical trigger, crit to Vanguard, not to Daigo. So 2 damage.
Heal trigger.
Okay,
Power
you get the
Vanguard
heal.
heal.
Oh, 6 damage, nice.
Okay. So swing with the smaller one first. This is so Daigo is 15k base. Then he gains 5k when he's boosted by Dojo Clan, which Shinji is. So he is currently 30, boosted by 8, 38, 1 trigger 48.
48 to my 23, so 30k guard. Okay. Persona shield.
Okay.
Intercept, move to the guard.
This is the second Blitz order you've used this turn, right?
Yes.
No, it's the first one.
Oh, first.
Okay. Okay.
No, because he's only got.
I haven't been able to guard the entire fight turn.
Okay.
I
Then
did
I'm
it.
guessing the last one's PG.
No, let me check. Good game.
Okay. Well, this game took an unexpected turn because we were unable to show Mine.
No, we can show it right now.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Actually.
Okay, so after setting up on the red line, so we're just able to show what this deck maximum output can do. So since we do have Kiryu Kazuma Vanguard, we can Soul Blast out a card that is not Kanda to call Kanda out. We'll call Kanda, and then I'll call Yoshitake Mine. Then Mine's effect is that either I can put a card from my hand or I can put like an Energy Blast 3 to draw one, so I'll put Yuya into the soul to draw one.
So we are
another
replaying
Kanda.
the turn 3 now as if he had Mine.
Kanda. And unfortunately, I don't have a booster for Daigo, but this will just be okay. Then I'll just swing with Kanda first, so Kanda will swing for 15. Then let's say my opponent guards. No, okay. No, my Kanda swings for 20 because he's 15k base and then Mine he gains 5k on his own, so my opponent guards for 10k. Then I swing with my Vanguard, so my Vanguard is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 30, so it's 20, 21. So 21, draw check, blank, okay. Then I will counter plus 1 to stand my Vanguard. So now two things will happen. So first, Mine will see that my Vanguard is stood, and then he will take Kanda 15k and pass it to himself. Then after that, because my bind zone does not have Kanda in it, I can bind Kanda and I can get my Vanguard to have Twin Drive again. So this is the divine skill. Then now I will attack with the Vanguard again. And then so now I boost Imajima. So now since one extra card is in the bind zone now. So
He has one extra K.
I have exactly 10 cards in the bind zone between the soul and the bind zone, so he will gain 10k. So this is 23 plus 15, 38 to my opponent's Vanguard with Twin Drive. So let's say if my opponent decides to take it, let's say I get Twin Drive, front trigger, and Kazuki. Okay, so Kazuki is very good to set up for later, and then Majima will go to soul and I can choose something to put into soul, but I may not do that because my soul is quite bad. Then because I got front trigger, now this is sitting for 25 and then 35. Yeah, so this is typically what a regular grade 3 turn is, and then when you stand and draw again, let's say I basically guard I basically just guard like my entire hand, essentially like throw this, use transfer, throw this for 10k shield, and I'll throw like a perfect guard. So let's say like, oh my god, against Lord Wall, so then I take 2 damage.
He's imagining he gets to fight that day now.
Then I take 2 damage. Let's say so I get 2 counter blast. Then I stand and draw again. Then I persona. Then draw 1. So essentially, you can just do Kiryu's effect to I just put a countdown to the soul, top 7. And then I'll just take
Hey, that's pretty good.
I'll just take Mine.
Not call it, edit that.
Yeah, it's add to hand. And then here we can just do the typical shenanigans again, which is that oh yeah, so the previous turn actually you can just like yeah, so now you can just reset the shenanigans again, so just call over Mine. Then you put Kazuki into the soul. Then you draw 2. Because this is Mine's skill, this is Kazuki's skill. Then there's another way, then you can just call another Mine.
Oh my
Then you can
God.
put Yuya into the soul to draw 1. So you can basically set up 2 15k shield into the soul. So you have 1 Yuya, 2 Yuya, 3 Yuya in the soul. So you have 45k shield sitting in the soul. And then now you can call Shinji. So this is now an extra booster. And then you soul blast out some Aligugu random card. And then you just have full board. So now because you don't have the divine skill anymore, you can just swing in the Vanguard first. And then you just do some random twin drives, doing critical trigger to give everything to Vanguard.
How is he doing
Then
this?
call plus 1, then you stand. Then now Mine sees that your Vanguard is stood, so he gains the 15 automatically. So now after you do the divine skill, your attack pattern is a lot easier. You basically just play like you're playing you basically just play with the Vanguard swing first, and then you just do the back row attack later on when you can pass the trigger power there. Because now if you swing the Vanguard, let's say if I check another trigger, say I check another trigger, so I just give you the counter. That's basically it.
Now we're gonna talk about how to actually beat this deck. Because I think now you've seen how to play this deck. Now we're gonna talk about how to beat this deck, and more importantly, how can he ban this deck, right? First and foremost, I think I don't need to. This one, come on. There is no reason he should be allowed at 4, right? Realistically, it's just it punishes nothing. It's just free. You're playing a 46 card deck with 4 15k shields that's loopable for free, and people go, actually Dragoon is the strongest card in the deck. Shut up! Look at this, man. It's like so freaking annoying. It's really annoying. this is most likely to get hit, in my opinion. Because like this intended design? Did they really want you to do this? I hope not. I swear to God, I really hope not. But you know, if they do ban this, there are some cards you can play that can fill up that slot, and that would be.
I mean, essentially, it's just increasing the ratio for the other cards. So you can play one more Kanda because it's very important for the overall strategy for the deck. You can play one more Daigo because we're only playing 2 Daigo because it's not a lot of slot. But if realistically, because you can only search out Daigo on turn 3, if your Daigo gets damaged, then automatically a lot of your plays get shut down because you need to heal out the Daigo. Then you need to write again to counter to energy blast you to call him back. And so not damaging Daigo obviously is good, so you can just play more Daigo, and then sometimes you may not be able to Persona right, you still want to be able to use Daigo for the optimal board setup, so you just use Daigo then. Then obviously we have the other, like a lot of other like the one-offs that Yakuza has. One of them is the Florist of Sai. So Florist of Sai, for some reason they gave Cocoa to Yakuza. I don't know why they gave fucking Cocoa.
Can you imagine they have a Cocoa level card as a common?
So basically he has the same restriction that is a hard once per game skill, is that when you put him into the soul for a card ability from either your hand or your regular circle, you look at top 2. You choose one from among them, put it on the top of the deck.
And one you hand.
No, and the other one goes to either your soul or your bot deck.
Even better.
So you can put Yuya in the soul.
Woo! Okay, yeah. So that's just, you know, if this deck gets banned by the time the English format gets it, which, you know, I don't know if they'll do that or not. But, you know, that's just something for you to know if you like to update this deck to the ban list, and if anyone here happens to play Yakuza in the Japanese format and is watching this video. Now, let's talk about the one you are here for. How do you beat this deck? Like, we've talked about this deck for close to a half hour plus, right? Now the question is, how do you beat this deck? So
I think the most simplest way I can explain is that this deck is a grind deck. So you just need to damage deny, because the turn 3 requires you to have 2 counter blast minimum to do everything. And if you want, and even if they want to plus hard, then they need 3 counter blasts because they need Majima CB1, they need to do Daigo CB1, and they need to do Kiryu CB1. So essentially the best way to starve this deck, if you know they're not on Caliban, or like in the event they just can't draw Caliban, is that all you do is that you just don't give them any intervals of 2 CB at the same time. That's it. It's the easiest way to stop this deck, because nothing else that this deck outputs, right, can be interacted in any way. That you cannot stop them from having Yuya.
you can't stop them from
You can't stop them from having Kazuki. You can't stop them from having Mine or anything. It's like that is on the opponent. So, and if you encounter this deck and you're playing something like Hayakon, or you're playing anything that has retire, the number 1 target for you to snipe is you try to snipe Kanda if they leave him on the field. Because without Kanda, the deck's output suddenly goes from 5 attacks to 4 attacks. So it's a lot easier for you to deal with. And they can only reset cards from the soul using Majima during the battle phase. So unless they had the foresight to put a Kanda from their drop zone into the soul 1 turn before, they have no way to reset this Kanda during when they stand and draw. When they stand and draw, they have no way to reset it. So essentially you can stop their output there. But if you need to kill them and they leave where's Mr. Tanaka Shinji? Where is he? If they leave Shinji on the board, he's a tanky shield. He's a tanky shield just sitting on the board. So you might as well just kill him off. So you should just this counts your priority 1 target, because you're essentially debating between the 10k shield and 5k shield to retire.
Yeah, they can't see.
Yeah, between the 10k shield and 5k shield to retire, so you just retire 10k shield if you need to kill that turn.
Okay.
Yeah, essentially that's it. Nothing you cannot interact with this deck any other way, so you just have to be prepared to play for the full 25-30 minutes with this deck.
Alright.
Yeah.
And now we have reached the most painful part of this video, which is going to be the conclusion. What do we think about Yakuza in Vanguard?
I think it's okay. I mean, I'm gonna sound like the devil's advocate. I think it's quite healthy that they're giving like, after they completely eviscerated all defensive options in this entire game in one ban list, they actually gave the deck they actually gave like some hope that defensive decks can still stay alive in this format, especially when you can get hit by like a 46k cancel column before you even write grade 2 or some shit like
Yeah,
that.
but like, why is the collab the one that gets to play defensive and everyone else doesn't? Like,
I think because they always like to use collabs just to test out mechanics that they do later on in the actual game itself. With the exception of like Shaman King.
yeah,
Or like Body Fight, where like they're basically like so insular that like you'll never be able to like have that type of skill
ever again.
in a normal deck. Yeah.
But I'm gonna be frank, like, I'm alright if they want to repeat this gameplay, just not this, please. I don't want this. Like, it's just not fair.
Yeah. But I mean it's a testament to how that this deck honestly is quite intricate in how it wants to play. But the problem is that because it's in Dragon Empire, like 90% of the games are gonna come down to use second trigger because that's just how Dragon Empire is. It's like it's always about high offense and high sacking and surviving turns through skill of its team. So when you give the deck any sort of edge in any of those aspects, this deck has the edge in terms of defense as well as fire attacks going first.
Yeah,
automatically it's already gonna be like huge pain already because not only can you not kill it, it can kill you very easily as well.
Yep.
Yeah. So I guess that's one thing that they have to learn from this experience. That like they cannot give a deck so high in both. They cannot give a deck such high spec in both aspects. They can give it a bit of defense and a lot of offense, or a lot of defense and then some offense, but then they cannot give it both at the same time. Especially when they killed all the defense of everyone else and then they printed Gasslot as a card in Nitro Combat.
Yeah. I mean, there's a reason why, like, I mean, you have played it yourself, the format of April, May 2026 for the Japanese format. It is a format of all time. Like, it is the most diverse open format in terms of number of decks viable, but at the same time, the power level of some of them, it just eclipses everyone else. Like, you have to sack them off Odium, Deep Lands. Like, it's so annoying, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, I'm just not a big fan of it. The good thing is that English is getting this in set 16 or 17. So I don't really know what the 16 or 17 meta will look like by the time Yakuza comes to them.
If I'm being very honest, I don't think anything from any of those sets can eclipse this deck yet, which is a good thing because I think this level of defensive level, it should be the highest any deck in the format should be able to hit.
Yeah, I don't want more than this, please. In fact, less of this will be good.
Yeah. So I think if this deck does well in set 16 format, that's actually a good thing for the game. That means that the game hasn't like power crap
that
offense
far,
so far that like something like having 73k shield from the soul is suddenly like not enough anymore because that's like kind of yikes really.
But in your professional opinion, do you think they're gonna hit this or anything in this? Anything?
I really don't think they will hit this, even though it's a very popular pick, because the fact that they printed Chaos Breaker, it automatically makes this deck like infinitely worse because Chaos can just permanently lock your left back row, so you're stuck to 4 attacks, or they can lock your front row because you need mine on the front row, left front row regular circle to enable the 4 attack, the back row attack anyway, so you can lock the deck to 3 attacks by just locking mine.
Right.
Yeah. So Chaos utterly shuts down this deck strategy besides the Vanguard Restan gameplay. But if you want to play Vanguard Restan, you literally just play Kaikon, like
Fafnir.
you just play Fafnir. I mean, you still have the Yuya synergy, but it's definitely not as good because not only you're losing all your shield on the field because they just use Infinite Zero. Like,
yeah, and not to mention your Yuya is just gonna be spent throwing out, stopping said Infinite Zero, and then he's just gonna go open Palladium skill.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Alright, that's about it. I think this video is close to an hour at this point, so let's just call it here. Thank you so much, Mr. M. Crafter, for coming down to encapsulate your 2.5 months of our suffering. So, and at least I would say that we've covered this deck to the full. I don't think there's anything else we've missed out, right? So, we hope you guys have enjoyed this video. This is definitely the longest explanatory video I've done in my life, period. When you test a deck this much, this is the type of nonsense you expect. So, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Anything else you want to say about this deck?
Dame yo, dame yo.